Hello again. Here I am to explain the post-instruction drawing. At this point we have critiqued the positive aspects of and the other aspects that we need to work on of your drawings. So for the post-instruction drawing, we now need to create what I call, or is called, a viewfinder. Now this is important that you see this. This viewfinder should be made of illustration board or even cardboard or any hard material that you find around the house, or if you have the possibility to go to an art supply store and find a small piece of illustration board. And I use it with, in the back you'll see that I have put in some wire in there. It has to be thick. It could be twine, it could be anything that gives you a very clear vertical and horizontal line in the middle of our viewfinder. So I've tied it up in the back just to make it work. Now, what does this do? This has to be used in conjunction with our 18 by 24 inch paper. And on here you can see that I've done the same thing that I've done here. And because it's 24, at the 12 inch mark, 24 inches length, 12 inch, I put a notch there, I put a notch here, and then I connected the two notches. And this part here is 18 inches. So half of 18 is 9. So I put 9 inch here, 9 inch here, and then I connect it. And I have the same as I have here. So this is our viewfinder, and through this, I look at my composition as if I were taking a photograph. When you look through a camera and you try to take a photograph, you try to put the objects that you want to come out in that photograph, you want them to be distributed in that photograph properly. So why do we do this? Because if you look at this paper, if I'm looking at the paper without this viewfinder, without this division that gives us 4 different windows, I would be trying to put these objects that you see here somewhere here without knowing references, without having to a certain extent limitations, divisions. It's much easier to put things in 4 windows than it is one big gigantic window. And then it would be much more difficult. This way, you start your composition putting that vertical axis in the middle of what you see. And then you know which object you can start from. Then you have that object in the middle, lower or upper, or both. And then you start putting the other objects distributed in the different 4 other boxes. So it gives you a vertical axis and a horizontal axis, the same on your paper. And it's very easy to translate what you see here, you put here, and that's what we call sighting. You have to sight those 5 objects within this space. And you want the space, otherwise you'd be putting, objects starting from here, and they might, when you get over here, you might have a whole bunch of space left over. But this way, you can create your composition as you see it, or as a photographer would organize his composition within his limits. So it becomes very simple to establish what you're seeing as you view it through your viewfinder, and then transfer it or translate it onto your paper. And remember, a drawing is always done not only with your pencil or charcoal pencil, graphite pencil or charcoal pencil, but a drawing is done many times, at least even in my case, with an eraser. A drawing is a series of trials and errors. I erase many times and correct myself and change proportion and do a little bit of exercise in hierarchy and all these things. And you're going to see as we go into the 4 C's of drawing, and I explain them to you, things will be much easier.